I'm building the clock from Summer Wars, the Japanese animated film, as a page you can open on your own machine. Summer Wars is a 2009 film by Mamoru Hosoda. An AI goes rogue inside OZ, a virtual city where the whole world hangs out, and it falls to one sprawling family gathered at their old house in Nagano to fight the thing off. Blue skies and thunderheads, the porch, fireworks, and a household in total chaos. In Japan, it's a summer staple. The kind of film you get the urge to rewatch every August, and it turns up on television around this time most years. The screen I'm after is the clock from that film. A globe spinning, colored circles drifting around it, the time in big numerals across the middle. All of it in one file. The first job isn't the contents, it's the container. One file, nothing loaded from anywhere else. Double click and it runs. White background, one thin circle. That circle becomes the Earth. One key for full screen, another to bring up the numbers running under the hood. Leave it alone long enough and the cursor fades out. I also add a way to say start 90 seconds in when you open it so I can grab a still of any moment later. Right now, a white screen and one circle. That's the starting line. Next, I need coastlines. There's world map data out there that anyone is free to use, so I take that. But the whole thing has to fit in one file, which rules out going and fetching anything once the page is open. The shapes have to be baked in ahead of time, and that's a step I have to build first. Trace those lines with too many points, and it gets heavy. I thin them down as far as the shape will allow, from just over 5,000 points to under 3,000. Water surrounded by land, the Caspian Sea, stays punched out as a whole. Before wrapping any of it onto a sphere, I draw it flat just to look at it. Some of the thinner islands had gone missing. I'd thinned them down to 2 points each. Molokai in Hawaii and a piece of Fiji. One rule fixed it. Don't thin if it leaves too few points. And they came back. So much for flat. Now it's a globe seen from far enough away to look like one. The trick was in how I set up the math. Every point gets 3 numbers. How far right, how far up, and how far toward the viewer. That last one tells me immediately whether a point is on the near side or around the back, and it makes everything after this easier. The expensive math happens once, up front, and gets stored. While it's running, it's addition and multiplication and nothing else. One rotation every 2 minutes, heading east. Seen from a little north of the equator, looking down. Anything around the back doesn't get drawn, and lines are cut where they slip behind the edge. Let it run in Africa, the Americas, the Pacific, and Asia, each swing around to face you. Filling in the land is where it all went wrong. The obvious approach first. Take the points that went around the back, push them out to the rim, join them with straight lines, close the shape. For a while it looks fine. Then you change the angle, and a triangular wedge tears across the globe. Change it again and the whole disc floods, land and sea trading places. The reason isn't mysterious. Join 2 points on the rim with a straight line, and that line cuts straight across the globe. And where a backside point lands on the rim has nothing to do with the order the coastline runs in. There was no reordering my way out of it. So instead, cut exactly where visibility ends. Find the precise place an edge crosses from the near side to the far side, and cut it there. That cut always lands on the rim itself. Collect the visible stretches, and close each one. Closing is where it lives or dies. A straight line back and the continent gets sliced open. You have to return along the curve of the rim. 2 ways around, clockwise or counter. Take whichever encloses less area. Take the other and it wraps the entire globe, and land and sea invert. Lakes and shapes hidden entirely, all fall out of the same rule. Long edges get chopped up beforehand. Skip that and a straight line cuts the corner once it's on the sphere, and the coastline caves in. All the way around now, at every angle it holds. Now to make it glass, so the far side shows through. The continents around the back get drawn faintly, using exactly the same cutting as before. Near versus far comes down to which side counts as visible. One flip, and nothing had to be written twice. Latitude every 20 degrees, longitude every 30. Faint at the back, a shade stronger at the front, and the front lines lie over the continents, which is where I hit something. Laying that same color faintly over the land changed nothing at all. The lines simply vanished. Same ink as the ground they were sitting on, so of course they did. For the lines alone, I switched to a mode that darkens wherever it overlaps. Over the wide ocean, it looks identical. Over land, the lines finally come through. And looking closer, the latitude lines weren't every 20 degrees at all. 10, 30, 50. No equator. Fixed. One thin circle at the rim, then stack it up. Far lines, far land, near lines, rim, and the Earth is done. Now the circles fan out around it. First, the Earth shrinks. Circle sizes key off the shorter edge of the screen rather than off the Earth. So when the window changes shape, they each adapt on their own. 88 circles. A thread runs out from the rim of the Earth to each one, with a circle hanging off the end. 5 pastel colors. Roughly half have a smaller ring set inside them. Mostly small, a few large. Each circle keeps its own rhythm, anywhere from 34 to 74 seconds. Fade in, hold, fade out. Next time around, it comes back somewhere else entirely. For the direction each one heads, there's a standard trick for spreading things evenly, and I meant to use it. I numbered them wrong, ended up more clustered than before, and the gaps between directions blew out to 6 times what they should have been. The fix was to base the direction on the circle alone, and let each appearance drift by a small wobble. Then they spread. The whole field breathes slowly, and every circle sways a little. The thread stops just short, and the circle is drawn over the end of it. Last piece, the clock. A wide gray band across the middle of the screen with hours, minutes, and seconds on it in big black numerals. The band is sized off the width of the numbers, plus a little breathing room. Band and numbers sit in front of everything. The Earth isn't cut away for them. It just keeps turning behind. One rule here. The band's position and the number's position are worked out in exactly one place. Drawing them and pushing the circles clear of them both read the same values, because if one thing has to survive, it's being able to read the time. The way the circles keep clear has a property I like. The middle of the screen is always inside the band, so a line drawn outward from the center can only ever be blocked in one continuous stretch, the part nearest the middle. Which means nudging each circle a little further out is enough. In a tall window, the band overhangs the Earth on both sides, and this starts to matter. At the height of the band, you can see a clear corridor where no circles land. Then the digits. A clock rewrites itself every second, and if the digits aren't all the same width, the numbers shuffle sideways every time the seconds tick over. It's centered, so the band twitches along with them. The typeface I picked sets all 10 digits to exactly the same width. From all zeros to 11, 59, and 59, the width never changes. Nothing moves. One file. Nothing else required. Double-click and it opens.